Hi, and welcome to another episode of Starship Gaming. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell if you want notifications of when we make more awesome videos. Now, let's jump right into today's topic. Microsoft announced 2 weeks ago that they are giving the X to the Xbox One X, or should I say the X. They announced roughly 2 weeks ago that the Xbox One X was being discontinued, but the Xbox One S would continue production for at least a few more years. And the reason why it's being discontinued is probably because of their upcoming next-gen console, the Xbox Series X. Whenever you have a new console generation, you usually see this happen. Sometimes, usually they'll discontinue the higher priced model, but they'll keep the budget model on the market, which is the Xbox One S. They've also have discontinued the digital-only versions of the Xbox One. So it appears that they're getting ready to usher in the next gen, of course, the Xbox Series X, and yeah, it looks like it's about the end of the road for the current generation. It probably has another. Well, the current gen, they're not going to stop just overnight making games for it. No, and they're not going to just stop supporting them. They still have about another 3 to 5 years of life in them. In terms, look at the PS3. The PS3. It still has online support. People are still playing online on the PS3, and it's been discontinued for nearly 5 years now, as of this recording. And a lot of people I hear from, they are very excited for the Series X, and they're getting ready to, sell off their One X or their One S, or even their big original Xbox One, the chunky boy that came out in 2013. And they're getting ready to usher in the Series X. And most of the gamers I talk to, I've talked to probably I'd say probably close to 50 people in the past month about the which console they're going to choose for next gen. And most of the people I talk to, probably about 60% of them, have told me that they're going to choose the Series X over the PS5 or any other console, which the Series X has got some serious it's got some serious stuff behind it. It's going to be a pretty powerful console. Not saying that the PS5 can keep up with it, but the PS5, I eventually plan on getting one of those too. I collect every console from every generation, and the PS5 has its own quirks too that make it, in certain ways, it's like each console has its strengths. You have stuff on the Xbox Series X that's better, and then you have stuff on the PS5 that'll be better. It's the same with the Xbox One and the PS4. So tell me what you think. Do you like that they're discontinuing the Xbox One? Did you plan on getting one? Well, let me know. If you do plan on getting one, your time is probably very limited if you want a new one. They'll probably be literally they'll be disappearing probably within the next 3 months. You definitely won't see any new by Christmas unless your local Walmart or Best Buy has a pallet that they held back for several months that makes it out onto the shelf. But if this second stimulus thing comes through, you can almost guarantee that the remaining Xbox One X consoles will probably be gone. As for the all-digital Xbox Ones, there's not really anything there that's really worth buying. I mean, that was it was Xbox's way of dipping their toes in the water to see if a all-digital console would sell, which the Atari VCS all-digital coming out. And if we can see from the all-digital Xbox One, it did not sell very well. And it had, a lot of games behind it. But, the Xbox One S all digital, it had potential. It's just they didn't do anything for it to make it any more special than one that had a physical a disc drive. That's the word I'm looking for. Of course, in the next gen consoles, you have the Xbox Series S, which is going to be, from what I hear, all digital. Sony, for their PS5, they're going to have an all-digital version. So these companies are not completely giving it up. They know that there's going to be someone out there that does not want to own physical games. They want to straight up just download them, have them on there. The only reason that physical games really hasn't gone away is because of the collectability, and a lot of people who live out in rural locations who cannot get internet access or have very slow internet access to make having a all-digital console viable. And then, of course, like I said, you got to look at the Atari VCS, which is an all-digital console, which is coming out on the market. It's going to have some competition with the next generation, but the Xbox One S all digital, it being discontinued, not really a big deal. It was cheaper, but it was just an all-around bad idea. I think it was this Xbox wanting to experiment and see how an all-digital console would sell, and it just didn't pan out for them, and that's why they discontinued it. As for the One X, the One X sold pretty well. Of course, the One S was, the definitive model that, that sold probably the best out of the series of Xbox One consoles. I myself own a One S. I bought it brand new. It came, let's see, what did, no, it didn't come bundled with anything. I had to think about that. It didn't come bundled with anything, but, there's going to be, a lot of hurdles for the next gen stuff, and it's just going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. So the Xbox One X, we hardly knew you, and the Xbox One S all digital, good riddance. So give me your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think about these two consoles being, or I should say these two models of consoles, yeah, that's the words, being discontinued. Let me know what you think about that. Do you think it was a good move, or, are you just ready to be over this this generation and just move on to the next and have your Series X and your PS5 and just be happy? So let me know what you think in the comments down below. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell if you want notifications of when we make more awesome videos. And until next time, I will see ya.